Hi, can you feel it? Can you feel a shift in energy? I certainly can. And so today I'm really leaning in and honouring that. And this is something that I really spend a lot of time focusing on with my clients in the calling. But you don't have to be in the calling to know this. I'm going to share it with you now. So yesterday I felt as if my battery had literally drained. Boom, straight down, a real shift in energy. And it makes perfect sense because we've got a new moon this week, and for many, the new moon represents menstruation. It's that time of the month when we come to our period, and my cycle always sort of flowed with this month anyway. And even though I'm now 2.5, almost 3 years post my final bleed, so I'm now very much in that post-menopause phase, I still feel the energies of this cycle. So yesterday I was all about the white vinegar, and I was scrubbing this and pushing that and going to the tip, and everything just needed to be in order because I've very much entered this phase of the Queen. So the Queen is all about systems, procedures, order, discernment. She'll also very much be feeling as if everything is, she's been disrespected, things are getting on, not on top of her, but she's no longer, the BS monitor, the bullshit radar is well out there. So I had to be very, very mindful, particularly because I was feeling a little bit depleted, because I think I'd so enjoyed the sun and that, you know, full moon energy and being in my lover and having bags of energy and swimming and connecting, and then it was like, woo. So I knew this phase was coming, but maybe I should have stepped into it before I got just a little bit too like, oh, I need to be quiet and still. So I really honoured that yesterday. I didn't do anything. I watched some Netflix, as I say. I was a bit cleany and everything, you know. Hands up who knows that there's a certain time of the month when all the Tupperware has to be in order and you have to put all the lids back on and all the socks need to match. That's kind of like your Queen energy. You like everything exactly where it's meant to be. And then as we move closer to the new moon energy in the middle of this week, that's a real time to come within, to rest, to replenish, to get quiet and still. So again, I'm looking at how I'm managing this week, what I've got in it and what's happening. And then as we come on the other side, our energy will start to rise again. But the thing is, this is the energy that all of us have as women, or who identify as women. And so it's really important that we honour this energetic shift and change, and don't beat ourselves up when this week I'm not going to go swimming this evening, but I know I'm going to save my swim for the end of the week when my time comes back. So, you know, I just wanted to jump on and remind you all that if your energy is feeling a little bit lower this week, then honour it. Take a step back. What could you put out of the diary? What could you say no to this week so that you can say yes to everything next week when our energy comes back? Interestingly as well, I've stopped drinking my cacao every day. And one of the reasons for that is I just didn't feel I needed to have it every day anymore. She'd done her work with me, but oh my goodness, this morning, how I was yearning and craving for my cacao. So I thought I'd bring her out here, sit outside the wee house, I'm watching the bees buzzing, and drink my cacao with you. So, to the women who held us our whole lives, we give great thanks. To the women who dance with us, sing with us, impart their love and knowledge to us on a daily basis, we give great thanks. To the wise women of our futures, the ones who aren't yet born, and to all of the beautiful women connected and getting my kind of crazy, I give great thanks. Delicious. And today I'm drinking a very beautiful Balinese cacao that came from Lynette Allen, whose words I've just shared with you. And so I'm going to take a reading for all of us from the beautiful book Sacred, again by Lynette Allen. just thinking about the energy of this week, how I want to show up for myself. Ooh, the words from the elder. Well, maybe those are the words. As a loom holds its thread and weaves its magic into colour, Lynette weaves her magic with her words, intricately shaping thoughts to understand the essence of her being. She brings you closer to your own awakening heart. Sacred evokes a timeless mysticism of the divine feminine, a rhythm and a dance for the ages. Her words have a familiarity that resonates deeply within, like a beacon of hope for the soul to recognise. This medicine woman born to hold sacred space captivates and enthralls your longing for knowledge of ceremony, ritual and ancestral truth. Made clearer by her own walk through sacredness to the divine source, she brings forth from these pages a silent meandering of the self, an introspection of what it means to be you. If you listen carefully, you will hear the call. Maybe I was meant to read this morning. As I read her words, tears filled my eyes. Yes, it was me. I recognised myself in these pages. The message was loud and clear. I'm not perfect, but beautiful and rising. This is she, this girl, the crone, this feminine. She is sacred. Now that's a beautiful introduction by Sally Warman Watts, the most beautiful divine visionary sage crone about the book Sacred. But all of us could take those words and think about the words that we share, the magic that we weave, the spells that we put out into the world when we share our words, particularly through social media, through our newsletters, through our communication with others. So really that could be a message for all of us. And so finally, let's just take a little time to take a card reading from one of my favourite decks, Goddess Love. I just love all of these. So again, when you work with me, I invite you, everything is always an invitation to connect with all of these beautiful tools and resources that we've used for a very, very long time, but maybe have been lost or hidden. And again, like anything, you take what you need and you leave what no longer or does not serve you. I really want to empower you to trust your intuition and your guidance. This card came up. There we go. Radiance, rejoice in your life. What more is there to say than that? So thank you for joining me. I look forward to connecting with you. If you've got any questions at all about the calling or any of the work that I do, I'd love to see you at the Wee Hoose to iron you out. But other than that, I simply want to say cheers to you. Have the most beautiful day, the most beautiful week. Honor your own energy. Say no where you need to say no so that you can say yes when you truly want to say yes. Aho.